Between truth and false, evil and good, darkness and light. Since beginning last time, it's going on and on and on. And every one of us have little bit of this and that inside. We sometimes speak truth, sometimes speak false, sometimes acting truly, sometimes acting falsely. Present times showing this clearly. How many people fighting with each other, how many people misunderstood everything, how many people try to execute forcefully their way of thinking. But it's all is wrong. Whenever we try to use force in executing our rights, whenever it's coming from inside in forceful way, whenever it is associated with negative impression, negative intentions, negative thinking, because there is something like that inside of us, it's all wrong. We need to look deeply inside of our heart and minds to identify those things. We need to pray, meditate in order to see those things, because this is in us. We may think we are right, we may think we're doing, acting rightly, and all of it belongs to us and we are righteous owners of those things, but we may be wrong, because life cannot allow to execute things forcefully. What we see now in USA, what happened in Capitol, that cannot be done. Things like that cannot be done. Things like that never will be right. When people try to forcefully take things because they think it belongs to them. I've been trained and shown through entire life that whenever I try to execute ways in forceful way, it always turns against me. It always comes from false side of me. So it is in every one of us and we need to see it. Because there is such a thing inside, such a lightly traceable energy inside of us, which want to fight constantly, want to fight with people, want to argue with people, want to be always right. Even this is not right, but it is convinced it is right. Don't want to do things negatively, is always unhappy about things. That things have to be identified inside, because this is false. This is false. When we go for some way, spiritual way, and we look deeply inside of ourselves, we will gonna see those things. They're playing their role inside, unhappy role. It is like light energy, which trying to put its fingers to every aspect of our life. Some people call it ego, some people call it Satan, some people call it Maya, but this is the same thing. It plays in every human being. And through prayer meditation you will be able to see those things in you. Whenever I pray, those things disappearing, those things hiding somewhere in the corners of my mind. They're not taking voice. But whenever I neglect this side of life, spiritual side of life, in manifesting itself, is strong, is unhappy, it leads destructive way of life, basically. And nowadays, many people who simply neglect this part of themselves, they don't know where they are, what they're doing, what kind of thing taking voice in them. So they're trying to execute things in forceful way. They think like I used to think, but existence is very, very intelligent. Whenever you are against something and you're fighting with something, existence will do this differently, because this flow from you, from wrong part of you. Whenever something fighting is negative, is unhappy, that means you need to change yourself. It's something, there is something in you which playing wrong cards. And existence gives you million lessons. Whenever you want, you will be able to be teachable. Give you million lessons, and usually them lessons will be a little bit unpleasant, but they are tests, how you gonna behave, if you will be fighting, or you understand the lesson and you take it peacefully. Because everything in life have to be approached peacefully in order to go and progress further, upgrade your mind and be a better version of yourself. Whenever we fight, we like going wrong direction. It all creating some kind of distorted energy inside, uneasy energy inside. We may feel whenever our action goes and bring that energy in somebody else, in ourself, unhappiness, uneasiness, that means it is wrong. Whenever we approach certain people and we did some certain actions, we say certain words, and it went peacefully, it went with kind of happiness inside, easiness inside, that means it was a valid action. That means it was done correctly from inside with a valid approach. But whenever it causing this nuisance inside for us and for others, that means something taking voice which should not be there. It's usually coming from our ego side. It's like lightly traceable energy which want to simplify it. Fight about everything and is unhappy about everything. Eckhart Tolle beautifully in his books wrote about this, and I can observe this clearly in me. Whenever I'd say my mom say to something to me about anything, it hooked to something, and that something inside is very unhappy sometimes. So you need to see those simple things inside of yourself in order to remove them from inside. You need to pray, meditate, and observe your heart, mind, body behavior, your attitudes, your feelings, your energy inside. You need to observe entire organism, entire system, in order it's to be purified and function better. And I would say it is not really possible without prayers and meditation to correct that mechanism. Because existence works in such a way that it's only see us when we pray, meditate, when we really want to correct ourselves, when we are against those things, against God, against existence, against prayer, meditation, against the holy books, when you create those thoughts inside, then existence most likely not very gonna help us, because we are in hopeless state. I was also very negative about everything. I was like explosive bomb, atomic bomb inside. I hated everything, everyone. I could not love, could not do this, do that. But I was so determined to change, because I had I've been so fed up from my unhappiness, from my negativity inside. I could not do anything with this. It was simply there. I was full of it. So existence gave me chance to correct this. Even if I was full of it, not really changeable person, existence still push me and still pushing me to change those things. Even if something nasty manifesting inside, then I still turning back to prayer, to meditation, because I know there is no other way to correct things, to get better, to feel more love and peace. And I wish you all to understand all of it, this most fundamental, basic and most important aspect of us, that we got this spark inside which can correct us, which can push us into good side of life, where There is no really fight, there is no battle, there is peace and love only. We all have it, but we need to purify that core inside, which now probably working a little wrongly. And there is many things in every one of us which working wrongly, simply wrongly. It sometimes needs time that this purification and process take place, so we see more clearly, so we see that we wasn't right, that was just egoic voice in us, unhappiness in us, lack of joy in us, with manifesting it's right this way, but it was not us, because us are happy human beings inside, loving ones, not fighting with everything and everyone around. Whenever we are forced to fight, that means there is something wrong. We need to correct this inside. Assalamu alaikum.